Now, a Target 12 investigators exclusive, the highway killings. 30 years ago this month, the dawn of one of the most horrific crimes this region has ever seen.
11 women go missing in 6 months, 9 of them found murdered.
It's an unsolved serial killing that has family members of the victims still searching for answers.
Do you have any hope this will be solved?
You always have hope. You always have to have hope, because without hope you have nothing.
Now, no one has ever been charged for the murders, leaving a cloud of mystery hanging over southeastern Massachusetts for 3 decades.
Target 12 investigator Tim White has been re-examining the murder spree and is here now with the details.
This was the killer's grave of choice, callously dumping women's bodies along the highways surrounding New Bedford. In the woods, investigators found the remains of 9 women between the ages of 19 and 36 years old. July 30th, 1988 dawned steamy and hot. Judy DeSantos and her family were on Route 195, returning from a day at a public pool to cool off and clear their minds. That's because Judy's sister Nancy Paiva had been missing for weeks. As they passed through Dartmouth, Judy spotted a medical examiner's van on the side of the road.
I just knew it was her. I just knew it was her.
She begged her husband to pull over, but they drove past.
You know, they think you're crazy, and it turned out that it was her.
You were right.
I was right. It was her.
The body of Nancy Paiva was pulled from the woods that afternoon. She was one of 11 women who went missing between April and September 1988.
They were mothers. Just about all the women had children, with the exception of one.
Maureen Boyle covered the highway killings as a reporter and is the author of the book Shallow Graves that chronicles the crime spree. She says most of the women were last seen in New Bedford.
One link between all the victims was their heroin addiction. That was the key in the case.
The condition of the bodies made it difficult for medical examiners to determine a cause of death, except with 2 victims. Investigators say they were strangled.
I talked to her.
What do you say?
Help me. Help me. Help me understand. Help me get through the day. Help my nieces get through the day.
That help may lie within these boxes. This is what the evidence looks like today, stored in a secure facility by the Massachusetts State Police.
Is the hope for closure for everyone fading?
No.
Why do you say that?
We're seeing this more and more throughout the country, where there's been cases, and people have been murdered in the 70s, and finally the killer's been identified.
For Judy DeSantos,
I'll never give up on her, never.
Her instincts were right on July 30th, 1988, and she continues to trust them today.
What does your gut tell you now? Is the person who committed the crime still alive?
Yes, I think so.
They're out there.
I think they're out there.
DeSantos tells me she used to walk these woods searching for the remains of the 2 women who were never found. After all that has happened, she says each of them are a part of her. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Tim. And this Target 12 exclusive, the highway killings, continues new on Eyewitness News at 6. We'll look at some of the suspects that police identified and what happened to the cases against them.
Thank you, Kate. New details now in a Target 12 investigators exclusive, the highway killings.
30 years ago marked the beginning of a reign of terror. 11 women missing, 9 bodies recovered.
Had it been anyone higher up on the food chain, it would have been handled differently.
At 5, we revealed how the killer has never been brought to justice.
New at 6, we look at who police had on their radar screen and what happened to the accused.
Target 12 investigator Tim White has the exclusive details.
The women who went missing had 2 things in common. They were drug addicted and each from, or at least last seen in, New Bedford. But what has remained a mystery is each of the 9 bodies recovered were found outside New Bedford city limits, leaving some investigators to wonder if it were on purpose. It's a mountain of clues. You're looking at exclusive video and images provided to Target 12 by the Massachusetts State Police, carefully cataloged evidence on 4 pallets stacked 6 feet high from a 30-year-old unsolved serial killing. And this is just a fraction of the case files from the Bristol County District Attorney's Office. Decades of work attempting to connect the dots with 11 women, all who went missing between April and September 1988.
It was very, very frustrating for law enforcement at that time.
Maureen Boyle covered the murders as a reporter and is the author of Shallow Graves, which chronicles the crime spree.
Just sort of peel back the layers of the community and the drug world and the women's lives. There was just so many suspects out there.
I'll never give up on her, never.
Judy DeSantos' sister, Nancy Paiva, was one of the 9 women whose remains were found. Her body discovered along Route 195 in Dartmouth in July 1988. For families, there were glimmers of hope as the police set their sights on a suspect, attorney Kenneth Pont.
Absolutely not guilty, Your Honor.
He knew all of the women who were found dead. He had ties to all of them.
Pont was charged with the murder of one of the women, but the case against him was thin and charges eventually dropped. Pont died in 2010.
Do you think a lot of secrets died with Ken Pont?
Yeah, I think so. If he was not the killer, he could have helped the investigation early on, but chose not to.
Another suspect, Anthony DeGrazia, was never charged, but while under investigation, he took his own life in 1991. Target 12 interviewed his mother at the time.
Show me what evidence you have that makes my son a suspect. It's very easy to accuse a dead man. A dead man cannot defend himself.
10 years ago, some of the evidence underwent DNA testing and is now in a federal database. Like investigators, Judy too searched for answers, wandering the woods looking for the 2 women who have never been found.
Why did you do that?
You have to. They become your family. Every one of them girls is a part of me now. All of them.
Boyle says some detectives wondered if the killer intentionally dumped the bodies outside New Bedford city limits so New Bedford police wouldn't have jurisdiction over the crimes. Just one of the questions that may have an answer if the killer is ever caught. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Tim. And our investigation into the highway killings continues on WPRI.com.
You'll find a complete timeline of the case and a section remembering each of the 11 victims.